So I don't know why, but I've just been super into the whole cat eye look lately. I feel like it's super trendy right now. I don't like a super like harsh cut crease cat eye because I feel like that's kind of not as in style right now. But just like the shadow cat eye, like bronzy brown cat eyes, I'm just so into. So I felt like this look is summery, like a pretty summer night out. So I'm like, why not? Let's do like a little cat eye situation. So in order to achieve this look, you only need a couple of products, which I also love. These I've been absolutely obsessed with. I talked about them in one of my like product favorites from a couple of months ago. These are by Charlotte Tilbury and they are like a double-sided liner. So one side is a matte and then the other side is a shimmer. So this one in particular, this side is like a very rich brown and then the other side is like a shimmery gold. So I'm so obsessed with it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off by doing a cat eyeliner. So what I'm gonna do is take the matte side of this eyeliner. I'm gonna just start lightly carving out a cat eye. I don't want this to be super dramatic cat eye, but I'm just gonna go and outline the shape. So I'm just really taking my time carving this out, lightly brushing until I get the desired length that I want, the crispness that I want. So I'm just cleaning up those sections. I did my left eye off camera because it's too hard to try and show you guys my left side on camera because I need to like go like this and be annoying. So I did my left side off camera. You don't have to be super neat with this because I'm gonna go in and diffuse it out with a shadow, but I'm just kind of going to the desired thickness that I want and making sure that it's nice and filled in. I do want it just like a little bit thicker because I kind of want like a smoked out, blown out look. So once I do that, before I go in with shadow, I am going to put this same dark brown on my waterline as well because I kind of want this to be like a little bit of a dramatic look. I feel like I don't do a lot of darker looks on here and like why not? And I feel like I never put dark in my waterline, but I want this look to be super smoked out, so. I feel like this brown is just such a pretty shade. I'm so obsessed with it. It almost has like a purpley tint to it, so if you have any kind of like colored eyes or even like hazel eyes, this would look so good on you. I know I look like a psycho right now, but just bear with me. It's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. Okay, so once you look like a raccoon, I am going to take a shadow and I'm going to blow this out and diffuse it so it looks nice and seamless. I'm gonna take a Morphe M213. It looks like this. It's just a little small guy. I'm gonna link it down below. And I'm gonna take kind of like a reddish brownish shadow. This is the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia, and I'm gonna take this guy right here. So it's almost like a bricky brown shade. This is in the shade Sienna. And I'm gonna use this little brush and I'm just gonna go over the edges of the liner that I did to diffuse it out. And I'm just gonna buff it really lightly. Clean up this little area right here. Now we're in business. So like I said, I'm just taking that shadow and I'm just lightly buffing the outer line to make it look less sharp. Just little tiny strokes. To kind of blow it out. So you can see the more little strokes that I do where the liner wasn't harsh, it's starting to just like make it nice and soft. I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom lash line as well. I'm gonna go right under the lash line and I'm going to smoke this out. This is like one of those looks that looks so crazy until the very end. So just be patient with me. Trust the process. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. You're really just going in the exact same shape of the cat eye, but just like doing tiny little brush strokes, diffusing. And if you feel like you got a little messy, you can always just take like a little concealer brush. That's what I'm doing. And if you just brush the top of it, it'll wipe away. All right, now I'm gonna take another pencil brush. This is the Morphe E18. It's just a little bit more circular. And I'm going to just smoke this out a little bit more. So with no excess product on it, I'm just going to drag this and blow it out. Sorry guys, the lighting was really bad, so I put another light on and now I feel like the lighting's better. It was like really ugly for the first couple of minutes, but now we're here. So I've been smoking it out for a couple of minutes. I feel like this is the level of smoky that I want it. So as you know, we've done the liner, we've done the brown eyeshadow, and now I want to do something to fill out my lid. I don't want to do anything crazy shimmery, but I want to add a little bit of shimmer. So I'm going to take this highlighter by MAC. This is Soft and Gentle. This is such an oldie but a goodie. It's just like a really light kind of like champagne color. And to make it a little bit more pigmented, I'm going to spray it with Fix Plus. And I'm gonna apply this with a MAC 242. It's just like a nice little flat definer brush. If I'm ever doing any kind of shimmer, I always like to use this brush because it applies it really nicely, and then I always like to spray it with Fix Plus just to give it that little extra pop. So I don't get it on my liner, I'm gonna kind of go from like an upward motion rather than here, because I really don't want that shimmer to hit all of the liner work that I just did. So it feels a little awkward at first, but it's pretty easy once you try it a couple of times. So this is just giving it a little pop. I really want to make the shimmer like pop on the inner corner as well. Just gonna bring like a nice little light. So I'm just carefully applying that kind of over the whole lid. It's just such a light shade that you don't really have to worry about where it stops and when it ends, because it's just kind of gonna blend nicely into your skin tone, especially if you have fair skin like me. It kind of just blends into your skin, which is really nice. Just gives it a little shimmer pop. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Spray some Fix Plus. I really like doing this too when you don't want any like eyeshadow fallout. I like to just go upward rather than like facing the brush this way, especially if you're applying any kind of like shimmer. It's just so nice because there's nothing worse than when like a shimmery shadow falls like on your under eyes or like on your lashes and you don't want it there. This is just like a safe way to do it, and it's easy. For my lashes, I am just going to curl them, and then I'm gonna use MAC Giga Black Lash. This is my favorite mascara for if you want your eyelashes to be just like nice and wispy and separated. I'm honestly not super picky with mascara, but I really do like this MAC one. Other than that, I just use that like Maybelline green and pink one that's been around forever. I love that. I'm not like super into like high-end expensive mascaras. I feel like there's so many from the drugstores that are amazing. I always have to be careful when I'm doing my lower lash line though, because my eyelashes are really long and a little crazy on the bottom, so if I put too much, I look like a psycho. For my lips, I'm going to use the shade Sweetheart. This is a lip liner by Morphe. It's just like a really pretty kind of like brownie nude. And then over the top of that, I'm gonna put this really beautiful Pat McGrath shade. It's in the color 1995. Just like a pretty, kind of nude also, but it has a little bit of a rosy tint to it. And it's also super matte. And that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys liked it. I hope that you learned something. Cat eyes are just so in right now, and I've been so obsessed with them. So I was excited to do this look for you guys because one, at least in Arizona, I don't know if you guys live in Arizona or live elsewhere, things are starting to open. So we can go to dinner now. So this is exciting. It's a reason to get ready and do our makeup. And this only took what, like 3 different steps, 3 different products. So I feel like it's something that looks a lot harder than it is. And like I said, I bet in the beginning you guys were like, what are you doing? You look like a psycho raccoon. But towards the end of it, it looks so pretty and it was super easy. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I am posting a new hair and makeup tutorial every single week. I would love to hear what you guys would like to see from me in the future. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.